Hey gang, we are going to unbox and check out a Eastwood Sidejack Baritone DLX-M, which tells you most of the things you need to know. Made by Eastwood, the jack is on the side of the guitar rather than the front. It's a baritone guitar, meaning lower tuning, extended length. The DLX means it's got a set neck, and the M means it's got a maple fingerboard. Let's bust open the box and check it out. I'm gonna actually, it doesn't feel very well packed. The inside box is probably a triangle. So I'm gonna crack it open from the bottom. There's still some of those big heavy-duty brass or bronze staples that are in there. With those staples still in there, this is probably the box that it went to the retailer from the manufacturer in. A little bit of paper, not very good packing material for something big or heavy. And I was right, it's a triangle, but it came out easier that way. Looks like there's some more paper packing in there. Not very effective, but hopefully everything's cool because the guitar, I didn't buy a case with it, I just bought the guitar. And I think that probably went to Eastwood from the retailer in exactly that condition. Got some tape on the triangle box here. The top of the box is smashed in a little bit. And now I let this sit indoors for a full day because I didn't want any, it's the middle of summer, I didn't want it to have to deal with any negative effects from heat and humidity. So I let it acclimate for about 36 hours. Hot or cold, you should probably do that. So now we've got the typical inside, some styrofoam, a rubber band, and the semi-styrofoam sheath. Here we go. Now the guitar is coming out. Making sure I don't put anything into the ceiling fan here. It is the end of July, so it's pretty warm out, and I'm in the top level of my house, so it can get pretty warm up here. And there we go. Eastwood Sidejack Baritone DLX-M. Maple fingerboard. So you can see, I got the red one. You can also get this in black or seafoam green. It's a basswood body, so it's nice and light. Maple neck, it's a set neck with the maple fingerboard. Styrofoam dust on it. It's a 27.5-inch scale length, I believe. It's got vintage style tuners on it. The back of the head, the whole headstock is painted. The back is red, the front is black. The back of the neck is painted. Fingerboard has finish on it and appears to be maybe not bound. I'm not sure. I'll have to take a closer look in a second. There you can see the heel. Nice, decent heel joint. Definitely has the side jack. I have to go back in the box and get the trim bar, whatever you want to call it. I can tell right now that it definitely needs setup before I can even play it. We'll get that plastic off of here. Master volume, master tone. The pots are pretty stiff. Three-way switch. I don't know if you can see this, but the strings are basically right on top of the bridge pickup. There's no excuse for a guitar leaving the factory like that. That's impossible to play. Well, not impossible, but it buzzes. Not quite in tune, but I didn't expect it to be really. I do dig this cool. So this is styled after a Mosrite from the 1960s, which was popularized by a band you may have heard of called the Ventures. And then later in the 70s, the guitar player for the Ramones was known for playing a Mosrite. And I can see there's some finish flaws. Ooh, there's a couple of really bad ones, actually. There's a chip, 2 chips. See 2 chips right there by the binding. This is called a German carve by a lot of people. And when I run my hand along it, I can feel how, right here especially, there's a big dent in the finish. The end of the fingerboard here on that little point is dented. The back of the headstock says made in Indonesia. Not a surprise there for the price point. I knew that that was going to be the case. The hardware looks pretty cheap but effective. It's got a roller bridge to help keep the strings in tune. Although these tuners are going to be cheap and probably won't be super duper effective. It's got a plastic nut on it. If I really want it to stay in tune with hard trim use, I will need to, I'll disassemble and tighten up everything in the bridge, and then I will probably end up putting new tuners on it and having somebody put a bone nut on it, because plastic nuts are just crap. Neck looks pretty good. It's even, but I'm definitely gonna have to move this pickup a little bit before I can even really play it through the amp, but we're gonna do that next and I'll get it tuned up. So, okay, with a quick rip through the tuner and I dropped the pickup, you can see I've lowered the pickup quite a bit there to get it well away from the strings. I can already tell that the bridge is way too low. There's almost no break angle on the strings over the bridge, which means that I'll have to play very carefully at first, at least until I get a better nut made. The nut is actually really terrible. Not only is it poorly made plastic, but you see how far from the edges of the fingerboard the highest and lowest strings are set. That squeezes the strings together and makes them harder to play. Although it does have a nice wide nut width. That's definitely gonna have to get a good nut put on it. The tuners seem okay. Like I said, it doesn't need a neck adjustment. I didn't dig the wang bar out. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm gonna show off my rattlesnake cable there with the snake head end to avoid scratching up the paint. Let's put it on the gain channel, see what happens. So I can tell a couple things just from playing it for a couple minutes. It desperately needs a setup. The action's too low. It buzzes a lot all over the neck. The bridge is too low. The pickups are pretty mismatched. The neck pickup is a lot louder, which is probably why they had the pickup so high. But I didn't get it to play at 100%. I wanted a baritone, and it looks fantastic. There's some paint flaws. There's some blemishes on the fingerboard. The fretwork feels okay, although the fret ends are poking out. All in all, not bad. I'm going to take the plastic off of it, maybe send the retailer a note saying they really should make some kind of an attempt to set these up before they just drop ship them, basically. They just pulled it out of a warehouse. I mean, I guess I can't complain for the price. We'll see what happens when I put some good strings on it. I got some Ernie balls coming. The way this is tuned is B to B. So B, but it's the same intervals as a regular guitar. It's B, E, A, D, F sharp, and B. That way you get a nice D chord. So it shouldn't take too much adjustment other than the larger neck, the bigger difference between the frets because of the longer scale length. The last time I had a guitar that I set up tuned B to B, I tuned it like a 7-string. So it was B, E, A, D, G, B. But this will make it play like a regular guitar rather than the bottom 6 strings of a 7-string. So it'll be easier to solo, it'll be easier to play chords. All your regular chord shapes will work. So look for that to pop up in an upcoming Hypersonic Secret song, which is pretty much the reason I got it. Oh yeah, the dots are not even either on the side of the neck. They move up and down a little bit, a little closer, a little farther from the finish line. Yeah, there's another finish flaw there. There's actually what looks like a razor line on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it right there between the neck and the edge of the fingerboard. I knew that I would need to put some work into it. Specifically, I knew it would need a nut because I cannot abide plastic nuts. They're almost universally terrible. Oh yeah, the tuners are not even screwed all the way down to the head. So when I change the strings, that'll get fixed. I might even have a set of better tuners that I can put on there. But all in all, I'm excited about having a baritone. I'm looking forward to playing it. It probably won't end up showing up live too much. Certainly not with 7th Grade Girl Fight. I can't think of a single song that I would incorporate this into. But I'm excited about having it and looking forward to it. Thanks.